Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes, or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there.
Gotta give him that hawk.
A tumor.
That's right, kids. We ain't done with Atlantis Attacks yet. Welcome back to part 5 of Atlantis Attacks here on Marvel Tales. I am Phil, and joining me, as always, he who lurks in the darkness because he's not on camera this week. It is
Justin the Owl, rising from the depths of Atlantis incognito.
nice.
No, my microphone died, so I'm using a backup microphone, but it's a little teeny tiny one.
Technical difficulties. Well, we don't want to see the
Yeah.
top of your head if you're talking into this microphone down there.
You can see maybe a bit of my ear on cam, maybe, or a glimpse of my neck.
Damn, which sexy bitch has that ear? Oh, yeah, look at that.
I recognize that ear anywhere.
Look at the ear on that biscuit. All right, kids. So, yes, this time we're here to talk. Yes, part 5, which we'll talk about Avengers Annual 18 and New Mutants 76, which will kind of lead into next episode's New Mutants Annual. So.
Yes, and this was a first for both of us reading the New Mutants issue.
Yes.
Yeah, I hadn't. For some reason, there's a patch of issues for the New Mutants that I'm missing, and this is one of them.
Yeah, I have big chunks there where I haven't read a lot of them. Yeah. I'm surprised. I mean, we'll get to it, but I'm surprised you didn't read that New Mutants issue because of you know who.
I know. I don't know how I missed this one, but yeah, I have thoughts about this issue.
I mean, you don't have the...
and where it fits into the continuity of the greater storyline, as we'll get to it. But
I mean, it just hit me.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I know you have a patient partner and everything, but I'm just like, and I know you don't have the time. And again, I'm slave driving you, but it's like I'm surprised you never did a Namor podcast.
Oh, I thought about it. I have contemplated it. Yes. And it's not off the table. Someday, perhaps, I think it's the fates are aligned, perhaps.
I mean, if you want to make it easier on yourself and kill two birds with one stone, I mean, we could do, if you just want to take, well, again, we're booked out to 2026. I'll be like, we could always like scale back or, put Marvel Tales on hold and be like, yeah, we'll do a couple months of just Namor or something. Or,
right.
Or even just as a series on Marvel Tales. Just be like, yeah, let's do like 3 months of Namor.
A Namor month. Yes. Yeah, or Namor summer or something. Yeah.
Do like,
that'd be fantastic.
Do like 3 months of like, Namor summer. Yeah. Do like,
Namor summer.
Namor Vember.
Yeah, it's just in time for my birthday, too.
Mm-hmm.
Even better. Mm-hmm. I love it. Namor Member.
Oh,
I love it.
I'll maybe making some changes.
Yeah, I'd be happy with just a month of Namor. Yeah, we don't have to do a full podcast.
I don't know. We might have to change this year for your birthday. I don't
know. The wheels are turning already.
I like killing two birds with one stone. Your birthday and Namor Vember. Yes.
Namor Vember.
Could even probably do some on
Yes, you could do
Spider-Cast.
some episodes on the Spider-Cast with Lilith. All the Marvel team-ups. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's even like a 2-issue, I think, Amazing Spider-Man by Denny O'Neil. Yeah.
Yes. I know which one you mean. Yeah.
With that infamous meme of Sandman just pounding Spider-Man in the butt. I'm not exaggerating, kids.
It actually happened.
It's just his fist, kids, but still.
Yeah, well, if you know, you know.
Oh, that Denny, the more we read of his stuff, man, I don't know.
Yeah, there's some reading between the lines to be happened here. Yeah.
All right, so let's get into these, because again, like I said, I definitely have thoughts on...
yes, me too.
Definitely have thoughts on this Avengers Annual. I'll just put that out there.
Yeah.
And again, Marvel, you didn't reprint the greatest backup, so...
Oh, I know. I was really disappointed by that.
The initiation of
and
Quasar.
I thought, man, Phil is going to be pissed about
I mean, I have the floppy.
Being on the app.
I have the floppy. I have read it, so, but I'm just like, really, Marvel? I'm like, really?
I know.
All right, so, yes, Part 1, Avengers Annual 18 from October 1989. Avengers Assembled. Writer Michael Higgins, penciler Ron Wilson, inker Mike Gustovich, colorist Mark Seary, letter Rick Parker, and editor Howard Mackey, at least for this main story. Gahar and Lyra, having reconstructed the Serpent Crown, order an Atlantean attack on the surface world, the next step in their plan to bring the Serpent God Set to Earth. The Atlanteans lay siege to their chosen targets, but are met by forces comprising all available Avengers. The heroes defeat the Water Dwellers, while Warlord Krang falls to a mysterious armored assailant.
Ooh, I wonder who that could be.
Something fishy going on here.
Yeah.
Alright, so... Alright, thoughts on... Go ahead, give me your thoughts, because I'm going to go off on this thing. Oh, wait a minute. First of all, that synopsis didn't even bring up... Didn't we see our buddy?
Atuma.
Yeah, it's true. He's back in this.
Yeah.
And in full effect. Yeah, he's giving out marching orders and everything. Yeah, that synopsis glazed over a lot of stuff.
Wow.
No, I want to hear your thoughts, Phil, because I can tell you've got something brewing there.
Well, here. I'm pulling it up on the app just so I can give you a specific... but just the art and the story kind of disappointed me in this. In this main story. I'm just like, really? Yes. I mean... Yeah. As much as I didn't enjoy the art, I think it was inconsistent. It would go from bad to worse in parts, and I don't know. It just looked like it was rushed.
Totally. That's my biggest complaint about this A story too, is the artwork. There's a few panels in particular that stand out as being truly just, I don't know, not good or not finished. Like you said, it seemed like it was a rush job.
I mean, like, look at this panel here with the
With the team.
Yes, which I don't know why the android torches with the East Coast Avengers, but we'll leave that alone.
Right, wasn't he?
It was like a West Coast reservist. Yeah.
Oh, because there was a time when he was with the East Coast team.
And then there's like this panel worth like after everyone shows up. I'm like, there's characters here who don't. It looks like this was drawn by a different person.
Totally. And there's a lot of Avengers that are missing from this. I might also add. This is not the complete team.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And then Joe Fixit just randomly shows up to say, I'm here to help save the world. Yeah. What?
No. He should have been like, especially after the Evolutionary War mess, he should have been like, F you guys. I'm not sticking my neck out for some crazy Avengers business anymore.
Exactly.
Last time I did, I got blasted out of the ocean and landed up in the desert.
Russell, how many times you can talk about Atlantis Attacks? Kidding, of course. How many y'all? Well, we're doing every single part of it, you jerk. It's like
it's the whole summer.
9 episodes.
It's the whole summer.
9 episodes. Yes. So.
Yep.
You know what
whole summer of Atlantis Attacks, baby.
Hey, Russell.
Your whole family can suck it.
I'm kidding. So, yes, howdy all to you too.
Howdy, y'all.
We'll be talking with him soon on Energon Universe.
Yes. But yeah, again, the art, the story, again, there's just so much, like you mentioned, not all the Avengers are here. Again, if the Atlantean army is attacking different points all over the United States, wouldn't you bring in every Avenger?
Everyone. Where's the Falcon? Where's Hellcat?
Yeah, I was going to say, Where's U.S. Agent? Where's U.S. Agent? He was on the West Coast Avengers at this point.
Yeah, there's a ton of people that are missing from this. Avengers assembled my ass. Yeah, there's
and I get at this point. I get at this point he was never an Avenger, but 3 of the Fantastic. Well, that's not even getting into that. 3 of the Fantastic Four show up, but they leave Johnny Storm out. Oh, what? We don't want to confuse him with Jim Hammond, who's in this issue.
Right. Yes. Well, I was happy about Jim Hammond being here, and again, he had just returned.
And again, isn't Sharon Ventura still part of the Fantastic Four at this point? Where the hell was she at?
Oh yeah. Well, that's just it. This was supposed to be, just Avengers only club.
I guess, but that just seems so weird. And again, it's like, Yeah, so that's Ben Grimm in that thing exoskeleton, which you wouldn't know from reading this thing. You would just think that's regular Ben Grimm.
Yeah, if you weren't reading Fantastic Four regularly, you would have no idea of no way of knowing that he has been cured of his condition. He's rocking a suit of armor now, Robo Think suit. And also, like, the half-assed introduction of Moondragon and Rick Jones halfway through one of the battles.
I know. I'm like, what the hell?
Like, what the hell is this about? What is this about? Rick Jones levitating above Moondragon, and like, I couldn't get rabbit. And there's a few. I mean, it's cool the way that they kind of structured this in splitting the Avengers up into subgroups and dealing with the different vanguards of the Atlantean assault. But just the way that some of these panels are done, the fight scenes. There's one panel where I think it's the Hulk hurls Cersei onto like a piece of rock or something, and I'm like, oh, yikes, that's bad.
Well, that's the other thing. She goes, I think it's time I turned into something a little more suitable for a crash landing. So is she turning into a rock, or is she just jumping on that floating rock? The art
is... exactly. What's going on there? Yeah.
If she's changing into that rock, that art doesn't tell you that. It almost looks like she's like hurtling herself onto a meteorite or something.
Yeah.
And again, she's working with Joe, and Joe seems a little too friendly in this, you know.
Yeah. I don't understand the involvement of the Hulk in this, of Joe Fixit. I just don't.
And I get the whole serpent crown thing, but I'm just like, okay, so Ben Grimm and Quasar have headaches, so we're going to leave them behind, but Scarlet Witch's headache is fine. Right,
yeah. Yeah, there was this whole thing with the Scarlet Witch, like, not feeling well in the midst of all this.
Exactly. Because, again, it said everyone who previously had worn the serpent crown was feeling this after effect, but it's like, okay, well I mean, Ben Grimm's pretty tough, but it's like, really leave Quasar behind? I mean, it's pretty damn powerful. It's like, okay.
And was there really a reference to that in the story? Like an editor's note saying, oh, well, the reason why Scarlet Witch is feeling this way is because she actually used the serpent crown before.
I think they kind of hinted at it, but they didn't. I don't know if they ever actually came out and said, but yeah, because there's that one panel of Viper saying, she's feeling. Oh, yeah, no. Gahar is saying those who will feel the greatest effects will be those who wore the crown in its last incarnation.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So there's a reference.
They kind of call it out in one panel, but But I don't know. It just seemed a stupid way. It's like, why would you bring in Ben Grimm and Quasar then? Just sideline them.
Yeah, exactly.
It should have just been like, oh, they're busy somewhere else. We'll get to them later.
Right. Yeah. They're dealing with some other threat somewhere else.
Damn it, should have given us a Quasar annual, which we never got.
Had his series started at this point, 89?
I believe so, yeah. I believe this is around the time it started.
Okay.
Let me see. It was 89, but unless...
It may have been too soon for it to get an annual right off the bat like that.
Yeah, but I mean, in 60 issues, he never got one, which is stupid.
Yeah, that's bizarre. I still don't get that. Especially during that year when they were introducing all of the new characters in every annual that came out that summer. That would have been a prime time for a Quasar annual and introduce a new cosmic character.
Exactly. It was
opportunity.
Okay, his first issue came out pretty damn close to this because the cover date for this annual was saying October 1989 and issue 1 of Quasar saying October 89.
Yeah.
So
yeah, right after this crossover. Yeah.
I mean, again, well, no. They're both saying October 89, so they might have both been on the stand at the same time. Yeah.
Oh, they both. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought this was summertime. Yeah.
I mean, the cover date's saying October 89, but
I remember
probably
getting
out
this
at least
in the
a month
summer.
or two early.
I remember getting this in the summer months. Yeah. Yeah, this is some of the worst art, I think, in this whole crossover, to be honest with you, Phil. I've got to be honest about it.
Oh, yeah. I feel
even
that
the
way.
Rob Liefeld stuff. Like, it's so bad.
I mean, that's how bad it is. I'll take Liefeld over this any day.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it might be the worst of the whole crossover. I remember, too, picking it up in 89 and thinking, looking at the cover, oh, nice, John Byrne. All right, go. And then open it up and be like, oh, oh God,
Yeah.
what's this? What is this?
Yeah, because there's the cover, kids.
Yeah,
It's
look
John
at that
Byrne
cover. I mean,
yeah.
and Joe Fixit looks great. He's got the purple suit.
Uh-huh.
Quasar's on there. Yeah, it's a fantastic cover. Monica Rambeau is on there.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, exactly. Black Widow's on there.
And then you get to some of this interior art, and it's like, oh my God. All the panels with Gahar look terrible.
I mean, I think we've talked about it with some of the other ones, but yeah, this one was definitely bait and switch on those on the cover art compared to what came inside. This was the worst Defender.
Yeah.
I'd say so far, at least, this is the worst Defender art-wise this issue.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I was browsing some of the later chapters, and I don't think that the artwork comes close to this level of inadequacy.
Because I'm trying to remember who did the West Coast Avengers annual, because it's probably not going to be that.
That was John Byrne.
Oh, he did the interiors?
John Byrne and Terry Austin did that.
Oh,
so that's gold.
I mean, I love Avengers West Coast, but it's like, really, the main group you're giving this art to, and then Byrne's.
I know.
I mean, I think Byrne was on the Avengers West Coast as the regular artist at the time, so yeah, it makes sense. But
yeah, and the White Vision was fairly new at that time.
Yes.
Yeah, and John Byrne and Walt Simonson did the artwork in the X Factor one.
Yes.
So it explains why John Byrne wasn't available to do the artwork in this, because he already did 2 other stories and covers.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just thinking about, like, the year before this, we had the Evolutionary War with, like, Arthur Adams doing the artwork in one of the X-Men annuals, and, like, Terry Shoemaker, and, like, Mark Bagley did a couple of things. I just thought, my God, they couldn't find any better artists than Ron Wilson to do this. I mean, no disrespect to Ron Wilson, really, because I've seen some of his artwork and other stuff, and it's been fine.
Yeah.
But for the purposes of this story, which is epic in scale and requires a lot of different characters and a lot of moving parts, I don't know. It wasn't up to his.
Maybe it was just
ability.
a rush job. Maybe this is why we didn't get a full company-wide crossover in the annuals after this, because again, it was just too much of a. Because again, there's like pages here like this one with She-Hulk, and I mean, it looks fine. And then look at that Wonder Man, that looks fine.
Oh yeah.
Mullet Wonder Man looks fine there.
Mullet Wonder Man, yeah.
But then you get to the next page, and that's Cersei. that's the one.
Oh God! Throwing her onto that rock.
Is Cersei a rock? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. What is that? What even is that? I can't take it. It's so weak. And the scene where the armored figure, who we won't reveal yet, shows up and beats the hell out of Krang at the end. Like, that artwork is okay.
And it's so weird because it's so weird, that armored figure, because that's supposed to be green armor, right? It seems like they're trying to keep this guy in shadow, but every time he's in shadow in this issue, they kind of like do like a red tint to it. I'm like,
yes, in the floppy, it's red.
Yeah,
it's like a dark crimson red the whole time.
I mean,
I think they tried to recolor it on the app to make it.
I mean, it's still looking red, but
yeah, that's totally that's the same red. Yeah. But in other issues, it's green. Yeah, they were all over the place with it. Maybe it was chameleon armor, and it changed color depending on where he was. The dreaded Atlantean chameleon armor.
Exactly.
Yeah. It was like a mood ring. It changed color depending on his mood. He was really mad, so it turned red. There we go.
But again, so the art is just so inconsistent, because like I'm looking towards the end here. There's one page where Cap looks fine, and then the next page it's like, is that even the same character?
Yeah, who is that? Yeah.
And again, is that like another cheap stunt to like, so we don't confuse characters, because that's why U.S. Agent isn't in here, because we don't want to confuse the colorist or anybody. Is that why Johnny Storm's not in here, because we already have Jim Hammond in here?
I guess. Maybe. Yeah, but still.
Because God forbid you have 2 Human Torches against Atlanteans.
Yeah, I know, right? One has a face and one doesn't. I mean, it's pretty easy to tell them apart.
Yeah.
If you look closely enough.
Again, at this point, the Fantastic Four is like 5 members. You only bring in 3? Okay.
Right, yeah. Yeah, what's Sharon Ventura doing?
Yeah. Maybe bring in the person that actually has thing powers at the moment, in case that suit breaks down.
Exactly. The scene where, with the Scarlet Witch and Gahar, The artwork is bad there too.
Oh,
The panel where Gahar's grabbing her as she collapses.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but that's weak. That is weak sauce.
Oh yeah, because I guess he gives her that special hickey, but we don't see it.
Yeah, we don't see that.
He says something about he's going to mark her, but we don't see it.
Yeah, and on the opposite page, there's a panel. Jim Hammond's blowing up that generator with a fire blast. It's almost like the inker wasn't doing his job either. There's some panels that don't look like they've been inked at all, and that's one of them. I think Mike Gustovich was sleeping through half this. I don't know what the deal is with this. Yeah.
And then, like you said, that whole Rick Jones thing is just so weird, because I guess they wanted to do that whole thing with, like the end of the Kree-Skrull War with those weird mind powers. But, I mean, that involved the Supreme Intelligence, which I don't see him around here anywhere.
Yeah, and that says, there's an editor's note for that. See Avengers number 97 if you can afford it. Well, how many years ago was that?
Was that the 70s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bonkers.
Because I don't think they had done anything else with Rick Jones with those powers since then, the end of the Kree-Skrull War. But all of a sudden, he just shows up, and it's like, let me mind blast these guys. I guess the idea was Moondragon was kind of like prompting those powers with her mental powers, but
I guess
there's no explanation. They just come floating down, and
there's no explanation. There's just a couple of panels of them, and that's it. That's the last you see of them in this whole story.
Yeah, isn't it like two? Like 2 panels.
Yeah, that's it. And with the whole group showing up, she should have been there.
True.
She should have been there. Rick Jones should have been there. The Falcon, Hellcat. Like, there's a whole list of Mantis. I guess Mantis was out in space or something.
Well, that's yeah. I was gonna say, was this before or after Inferno? Because right after Inferno, she was in that fantastic. Oh no! Yeah, wasn't Mantis with the Surfer, or was she?
Yeah, I think she was off in space doing that stuff.
Or wasn't she quote unquote dead at one point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This might have been then. Yeah. But there's a bunch of characters that are missing, and I just feel that the ones that were used were kind of underutilized.
Yeah, and again, like I said, just poor writing, no explanation why anyone isn't here, or why are we missing, why U.S. Agent or Johnny Storm aren't here, because they're kind of like similar to somebody else in this.
Yeah. What I would have done is taken out the Avengers ability analysis backup story. All right. I would have taken that out, and I would have made the A story, Avengers Assembled, much longer. I would have made it into chapters, and I would have added different artists for each chapter.
Oh, yeah.
So that you can have more Avengers, you can have more characters, you can have the full roster here, and you can have them split up into teams doing basically what they're doing in this issue, but you can flesh it out more. And you can have different artists on each chapter. As we've seen in the past, that seems to work pretty well when they do that.
And again, at least 2 of the backups in this story were penciled by Mark Bagley. Again,
I know, right?
I mean, I don't want to lose him on either of these backups, but again, put him on the main story and let Ron Wilson do the backups.
Exactly, because he did that in the Evolutionary War. He did 2 of those annuals.
I wonder if those backups were done ahead of time or something.
Possibly.
Because especially the Saga of the Serpent Crown, they probably just did the chapters, and they're like, okay, well, throw them in order whenever the annuals come out. They probably even know which annual they're going into.
Yeah.
But no, that 2-panel, or that 2-page splash when everyone shows up at Avengers headquarters, how epic should that have been? But it's really not.
Yeah, that should have looked amazing, right?
I mean, what the hell was Cersei doing?
Yeah, what's Cersei doing?
What's that pose?
Joe Fixit doing? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess that's probably Joe leaping in, but Cersei, I don't know. She looks like she's almost dancing, hello, my baby.
She's doing a little Irish jig off to the side or something. Yeah,
just this awkward pose.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's amateur hour. It's not good. Yeah, I don't like.
Get Black Panther again. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the schedule kind of kicked their ass.
They rushed it.
Yeah,
they rushed it. Yeah, they should have made this a longer story and split it up into chapters and had a different artist for each chapter. I think it would have gone so much better.
well, they're having trouble with this story. They probably would have had, it probably would have been even worse if they would have made this story longer.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah.
So yeah, I'd say so far this is probably my least favorite chapter of Atlantis Attacks. Yeah.
I think me too. I think we're unanimous with that. Yeah, the art and the story, just all of it, the delivery of all of it.
It's kind of it's kind of like we just threw something together at the last minute. So we need everyone else's annuals in here. We need an Avengers annual.
Right. Yeah, it's almost like this should have been the last one.
Well, yeah,
they should have saved this big epic battle for the last, or the second to the last.
Yeah,
because having it here halfway through it.
Yeah, because the last part's the Fantastic Four annual. They should have put the Fantastic Four annual here and just had the Fantastic Four, and then if you want to injure Johnny and Sharon and be like, that's why they don't show up for the big Avengers get together.
Right, exactly. That would have made a total. Yeah, that would have made so much more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And again, it's like you didn't have to do everyone. If you had to do the Avengers annual here, just do the East Coast because you still got an Avengers West Coast annual coming sometime in this.
And then you can have the reserve members come in, to fill in the spaces that the West Coast members would have done in the story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ooh,
or not do as many characters.
Yeah, or at least have a little bit of explanation as to why some people aren't there.
Yeah.
Like, why wasn't the Falcon there? Why didn't Moondragon and Rick Jones show up right in the beginning? They come in halfway for 2 panels and just do their psychic whammy on everybody.
Well, because Moondragon says this mortal was prepared. Yeah, it says the characteristics of this mortal's mind are very peculiar. It's like, no. I believe the whole point of the whole end of the Kree-Skrull War was the Supreme Intelligence says, all of humanity kind of has this potential, but he's the one who unlocked it in Rick, because Rick was the one standing there.
Yes, he just happened to be there.
Yeah.
He doesn't have like Omega level untapped abilities or anything like that. Yeah.
And they only showed up for three panels because Joe Fixit goes, "Thanks a lot, Baldy," is the Hulk's reply. "When this was getting to be some fun, you ruined everything. Now buzz off, will you?" So I told him to buzz off. I guess they did.
Yeah, and no mention of Rick. Like, oh, hey, Rick, it's your old buddy. Yeah. Whatever. Oof.
So yeah, that was horrible.
Yeah, I agree with you. Worst chapter of the story so far. Boo!
Boo! Long-haired Wonder Man. Boo!
A great backup, though, to follow it.
Yes, the initiation of Quasar. Yes,
I knew you'd be happy about this one.
Well, of course, written by Mark Gruenwald, penciled by Mark Bagley. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it's a great Quasar story, too.
Yeah. Inker Christopher Ivy, colors Nelson Yomtov, letterer Rick Parker. Yeah, because, hold on, let me get the note here. Yeah, it takes place between Avengers 303 and 304, because they kind of offer him membership in 303. Yeah, so.
Yes.
Yeah, it's basically Cap's like, oh, what can you do?
Yeah.
Here goes, what was it? It's like, here, go as far as you can. He's like, how fast can you go? I don't know. He's like, well, here, go as far as you can get, pick something up and bring it back. And I forget, was it 5 minutes, 10 minutes or something?
Yeah.
And he comes back, he's like, here's a rock. Where'd this come from? The moon.
The moon, yeah. And then he starts making his constructs with the bands and stuff and showing. And then Firelord comes down. Yes! I wasn't expecting that, yeah.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah. I loved that because at the time I wasn't really familiar with Quasar either. Like I remembered him from a couple of appearances here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't really familiar with him until he started showing up in the Avengers and helping them out with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they offered him membership, I was like, oh, that's cool because it had been a while since we've had anybody new join the Avengers, especially with a unique power set like his.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought, oh, cool. He's going to add an interesting dynamic to this. And he's a unique character with cosmic capabilities. He could fly off into space with the team or whatever. So I thought, oh, that's cool. Yeah. And the fact that we have an introduction to his abilities and stuff for those of us that didn't know him was really helpful at the time.
Oh, yeah. And it's Mark Gruenwald. Mark Gruenwald, yeah, I love that character.
Oh, yeah.
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 I love how they, like, first introduced him. It was that arc 301 through 303 with Supernova and everything.
Supernova, yeah.
Basically, the last time Reed and Sue were on the team. But, yeah. I mean, it was right before issue 1, and, like, they were kind of playing it up. It's like, oh, you want to know what's happening? You better check out Quasar #1, because, like, even when he's leaving the office, they have him, talking to Eon, but I don't think they show him. Or it's like, who's he talking to?
Oh, it's off panel, I think.
Yeah, because he's like talking about his mission, about finding the cosmic menace, but they don't say that. So
right, yeah.
But yeah, again, written by Gruenwald, penciled by Mark Bagley. Yeah, there's no way I wasn't gonna like
that. yeah.
Gets his communicard and everything.
I love it.
And then the other one, what is that? Avenger ability analysis.
Yeah, that one was okay, but like I said, if it had been up to me, I would have cut that out and had the main story be longer.
Yeah.
And add some different artists to flesh it out.
Or Cap just profiles several Avengers. So, yeah, I mean, I guess, and if are they just like, oh, hey, that's not, before the days of the internet, it's like, who's that character? Well, here, let's tell you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that one's written by Fabian Nicieza. Oh, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 5 artists on 5 pencilers on that Avengers.
Yes.
And again, any one of these would have been better for that main story. Paul Ryan, Kevin McGuire, Kieron Dwyer, Lee Weeks, Mark Bright. Any of them would have been better on that main story.
Oh, my God, yeah. Yeah. Or each of them do, like I was saying, have it split up into chapters, and each of those artists do a different chapter of the story.
Yeah.
They did that. One of my favorite Avengers annuals is that one with them versus the Legion of the Unliving. Do you remember that?
Yes.
It's all of the Avengers, and they're fighting all these dead characters. And they split up each of the fights in that annual into different chapters with different artists.
Yes.
It was fantastic. Yeah.
I know.
This was a failure on the part of somebody. This should have been better.
I mean, I don't mean to talk bad about anyone's art, but it's like, why are you putting that as the art for the main story when you have so many great artists on these backup stories?
Yeah, especially Mark Bagley. I mean, directly afterwards.
Oh yeah, that didn't help at all. Yeah, no. Compared. Yeah. Turn the page. It's like, whoa, wow, my eyes don't hurt anymore. Okay.
Yeah, it was kind of like that Spectacular Spider-Man annual we were talking about last time, where I don't like the art of David Ross, but like right after that, you had I forget who it was, but did the art on the Prowler backup story that I like so much.
Oh yeah.
So sometimes the art on the backup story stole the thunder of the main one.
Oh, and then, of course, we get our next chapter of Saga of the Serpent Crown.
Yes.
Okay, this one just details the time that Destiny, Paul Destin, spent with the Serpent Crown, as told by Uatu.
Yeah. A.K.A. Namor's greatest adversary, I would say. Destiny. Yeah, the first Destiny. He made Namor's life a hell. He killed his grandfather and his mother and wiped his brain out.
Well, yeah, I guess he would be worse than a
tumor.
Yeah, yeah. I think Destiny ranks right up there as far as Namor villains. As far as just from the sheer amount of villainous things that he's done to Namor himself.
Yeah, because I'd read this, I'd forgotten about this, but I know the first time I read this, I wasn't familiar with him. So yeah, this kind of, again, these backups kind of help where it's like, yeah. So this is the guy who made Namor lose his memory when Johnny Storm finds him in Fantastic Four #4. Yeah,
exactly. It was all this guy's doing, and it's so funny. It's so funny how he died because he pulled a Barbarossa. He thinks that he could fly without the aid of the Serpent Crown. He flung it aside and leapt off a building and just fell to his death.
He's like, it's not the crown, it's me. And then
yeah.
He's like halfway to the ground. It's like, oh, I was wrong.
Anybody want some street pizza?
Oh, hit that ground.
Yeah, exactly.
Then of course we get that. Got to give you that Namor panel at the end there. Yeah.
Oh God, Mark Bagley draws a great Namor. I will say that.
Draw some sexy men and women. Oh,
That's
yeah.
right.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. And it's Uatu telling this whole thing.
Yeah.
He would soon find another pawn to wear his crown. Meaning Set.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else on this?
No, I
issue?
think we could move on from this one.
It was a thing, kids.
The backups were good. The main story.
Yeah,
not
just
so
the art
much.
and storytelling.
Yeah.
Again, there was the thought of a good idea in there, like splitting up
Yeah.
the teams and stuff. But
Yeah. The execution was poor.
again, maybe it was just too much for them. Maybe they should have just stuck to the
Yeah.
East Coast team.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so wait a minute. New Mutants. So yeah, like we said, not an annual, but hold on.
Technically, it's part of the crossover.
Yeah, because at first I was like, wait a minute, this is part of Atlanta. Even after I read it, I'm like, is this part of Atlantis Attacks? And again, the third party website I saw had it listed, and if you even go to Marvel's website, it's part of the Atlantis Attacks reading. So yeah,
it's in the reading guide. Yeah, and this is where it's located in the reading order.
Yeah, because that's what even it says in the notes. It's like it's kind of a prequel to that New Mutants annual. Yeah,
but it makes no sense.
Yeah, especially with the appearance of somebody. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, did I miss something?
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, New Mutants 76 from June 1989. Splash. Writer Louise Simonson. Penciler Rick Buckler. Inker Tom Palmer. Colors Glennis Ween. Letterer Joe Rosen. And editor Robert Harris. Well, I know.
Esquire.
Fancy. The New Mutants, with the mansion destroyed, go looking for somewhere to call home. Eventually, they hit upon going to see the Exterminators. Out off the ship, the Exterminators are doing some diving and find a strange horn. Boom Boom blows it and calls a sea monster that attacks the ship. Just then, the New Mutants arrive, followed shortly by Namor. Isn't he dead?
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Namor chastises them for blowing the horn, and they all resolve to get shipped back from the sea monster. They fight, and eventually they put some dynamite down the creature's throat, and they get the ship back. X-Factor arrives and offers the New Mutants the ship as a residence. All right, so thoughts, Namor fan?
Wow. Well, this is an issue where an editor's note might have been handy somewhere.
Yeah. Yes.
An editor's note saying, the events of this issue take place before Iron Man Annual number 12 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Because this was, it's in the reading guide here, and I'm pretty sure that this was published in this order. So,
unless they just throw it there because it's right before the New Mutants Annual, I don't know.
Maybe, but if you were reading the New Mutants regularly at the time, as well as the entirety of Atlantis Attacks, you would be like, wait a minute, I thought he died at the end of the Iron Man Annual. What happened here? They're not going to even explain that? Like, when or where does this take place? Yeah, and I also, I've got to say, I also found it weird that they awaken this giant sea monster, this giant octopus, basically. And rather than, finding a way to, I don't know, put it back to sleep, or lure it away somewhere, or, I don't know, maybe Namor could have found a way to use it to take back Atlantis?
Or let's blow it up.
Yeah.
Which
instead of any number of things that they could have done.
It surprised me that Namor was all for blowing the thing up. I thought it was like an undersea life. He'd be like, no, let's
exactly.
You kids awoke in this. Let's find a way to put it back to sleep.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no, we're not going to murder this beast that we've woken up pretty, nonchalantly. Let's find a way to rehome it somewhere else, or put it back to sleep, or feed it, or whatever we got to do. No, he's go ahead and put some dynamite down that thing's gullet and blow it up. Go for it.
that sounded, that felt weird to me, where they're like, let's literally put dynamite down his throat. Namor's like, good plan. It's like,
really? Great idea. And then, that panel where, Cannonball, Sam Guthrie gets right in his face and is all talking a bunch of crap to Namor. Now, you hold on just a minute. You may be the Submariner and you may be famous, but they didn't steal anything. He's all talking trash to Namor and stuff, and I thought, ooh, like, Namor's just going to put up with that? Like,
yeah, not like even one
Namor
line.
I know would have been like, yeah, you need to watch your mouth, kid.
Yeah, not even one line about, oh, you know, you impetuous surface youth or
Imperious
something.
Rex.
Yeah.
Nothing. Yeah. I don't know. This is weird. This was weird to me. It was weird that Namor was like, well, I remember using this horn to awaken this creature. Like, there's something else that puts it back to sleep. Like, we don't have to actually just callously murder this beast. Or, like I said, he could have used this. Like, Atlantis is under the thrall of a tumor right now, and for all intents and purposes, Gahaur and the Lemurians have a hand in things.
A tumor.
So, he's got a ready-made weapon, a gigantic creature to use to against the invading Atlantean horde. Well, at the very least, it could slow them down a little bit.
Yeah, but here it seems like he can control it. But yeah, in those early Fantastic Four issues, his like, I don't know, I can't remember if it was his first appearance or not. But it's like, yeah, he was going to wake this thing up that, you know, attack the surface world. So what, you were going to wake it up and have no control over it?
Right, just to have it mindlessly rampage all over the place. Yeah, that seems foolish to me, right?
Yeah.
Because what's to stop it after it's done destroying the surface world to come down and destroy Atlantis while he's at it? There has to be some way to at least give it basic directions if you wake that thing up.
Nom, 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 nom.
Yeah. Just feed him something. Feed him, like, I don't know, some other giant sea beast or whatever. I don't know. Whatever he eats.
I mean, that thing's huge. I mean, it grabs the ship, which ain't a small ship.
No, that's a massive ship, and the tentacles are wrapped right around it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, this is weird to me. So strange. And then X Factor show up at the end and like, whoa, what's going on here?
I know.
Cyclops is like, what are you guys doing? It's funny.
Our school got blown up. Oh, yeah, you can stay with us. Remember, that was our school, too.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been meaning to talk to you about that.
Since Xavier and Magneto have abandoned you, yeah.
Yeah, you guys can hang out here.
And the school got blown up. Oh, yeah, we know about that. Inferno. Yeah, we know about that.
Oh, yeah, we were there.
Who do you think did it? Yeah.
Yeah, we were there when it happened. Yeah.
I'm sorry we didn't come looking for you. Sorry.
We've been busy.
I mean, I can't remember the timeline, but I'm like, they don't know that Magneto kind of abandoned them. I'm like, shouldn't that have been the first thing and be like, yeah, you know, maybe someone should be watching out for these kids.
Yeah, exactly. Magneto abandons him, and then Cable picks him up where he left off. Yikes.
But yeah, I mean, New Mutants Annual, you're lucky that you're in the same episode with that Avengers Annual.
Yes.
So, I mean, this thing has issues, but nothing compared to that first one.
Oh, man, yeah. Yeah, what did you think of this one, where this was your first time reading it? Did you like it?
I liked it for the most part. I mean, like we said, I thought, you know, Namor was a little out of character in certain places, and yeah. It's
just it's so strange to me that he would have been okay with them just callously murdering that giant beast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the giant octopus. Yeah.
Especially from something that, you know, that's kind of, you know, Namor threw that horn got thrown in back in the ocean.
Right. Yeah, that was that was one of his first appearances for Marvel. Yeah.
Yeah. It's saying FF number 4. Yeah, knocked from my hands during an epic battle.
Yeah. Yeah. Weird issue, but I mean, I liked the art. It was cool seeing the exterminators and the New Mutants hanging around, and it's like, oh, cool, Rusty and Skids. All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
Enough of those guys.
And it's so funny. Wait till we get to that New Mutants Annual. I mean, I don't know if it's official now, but it's looking at these exterminators. I'm like, half of them are going to be New Mutants here soon.
Yeah. They just kind of casually absorb them into the ranks of the New Mutants at some point. Yeah, Boom Boom and Richter and yeah.
And that's another nice cover there.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah, and we get to see Warlock in here.
Yeah,
It's good.
oh, yeah.
It's a good issue. It's kind of weird. That's all. It's got little inconsistencies going on, but
Oh yeah, Rich Buckler and Bob McLeod cover there. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, great. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, they were smart. Put that Namor on there, so you know he's in there.
Yeah, yeah. That's so strange. It's so weird to me that there was no editor's note whatsoever to explain anything. Yeah.
Although, I mean, if you look at the cover date, it's saying June. Those other ones were what, October? So this might have come out before, like some of these annuals. But I'm but yeah, all the
true,
reading.
yeah.
I've looked at least two or three different places. This is where it said to put it in the reading order,
Yeah.
right before the New Mutants annual. So
Yeah. Yeah, you would think this would be like right after the Silver Surfer annual and before the Iron Man one.
yeah, unless they were just
In between those two.
unless they were just so people don't forget. Oh, if they're going to call back. I mean, I haven't read it yet. I can't remember if they call back to this or not. But
In the New Mutants annual?
yeah, I can't remember if they call back to
Oh.
this issue or not. So.
I don't remember.
Oh God, I can't remember it. Oh my God, maybe I didn't read that one. If I did, it's been decades probably.
Yeah, I remember liking the concept. They introduced some Atlantean mutants,
Yes.
which I love. And I always thought it would be, like I said in another episode, I always thought it would be a cool concept if they introduced an Atlantean super team.
Yes.
And we did get that in the New Mutants annual. We will see that, but the artwork is a little bit of a detractor in places, to be brutally honest.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, yeah. Hopefully, this middle part here is kind of the roughest we'll get. So.
I think so, because after this, we get some John Byrne artwork. We get some, it definitely improves. Some Don Heck shows up later on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Again, that main story in that Avengers again just looked like it was slapped together.
Yeah, totally.
All
Yeah,
right.
it was very much a rush job from the looks of it, unfortunately.
I'm thinking it's because of the schedule, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Schedule's a bear. Schedule's a bear.
Yeah.
All right. So, anything else?
No, I think that's about it. Yeah. I'm excited to talk about the next chapter next time.
Yes. All right. So yes, next time, and again, I'll give you the next 2 episodes, kids, because next time me and Justin get together to record these, we're going to record the next 2 episodes. So send us your thoughts on all of these. The first one will cover, of course, the New Mutants Annual number 5 and X Factor Annual 4.
Yes.
And then in 2 weeks, you'll hear Web of Spider-Man Annual 5 and Avengers West Coast 56.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
And I one of my favorite artists is in the Web of Spider-Man annual, and that's Javier Salteras.
Yes.
Yes.
And that Web of Spider-Man guest stars all of the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Not just some of them, like this Avengers annual.
That's right. You even see Ben Grimm,
Mm-hmm.
just without his thing suit.
Oh, yeah, because I think he said something.
Punching Atlanteans right in the
Something
right
about
in
it
the
getting
face.
trashed or something. Yeah, so.
Yeah. Just punching Atlanteans right in the face.
Yeah, so. And drawn a lot much better.
Yes,
All right.
definitely.
So, yeah, send us your thoughts on all of those. Email us. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say, you and Lilith are supposed to remind me to put the things on.
I always forget, too.
So I said, you're not on screen this time. Becoming more like Lilith Hellfire every day. All right, so there we go. Send us your thoughts. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise. Get your brand new Capes and Lunatics
Get the
merch.
new stuff.
Yeah. Or
the classic gear.
classic stuff is still up there. And, of course, the Queen demands that you rain random money on us through our Cash App link. So, yes, don't anger the Queen. Just send us money.
Make it rain.
Because, of course, yes, don't make us be that young girl dancing in the club. We don't need to be getting grabbed by any tentacle monsters or turning into shabbily drawn rocks or anything.
Looks like she was just working a stripper pole down at Divas.
All right, and of course the Patreon, where Yes, every month, Lilith and I try to we give you at least one exclusive episode every month. July was our trip, all about our trip to HersheyCon. Don't know what's coming in August yet, but if you are a patron, you can. If you are a patron like Justin, among others,
yes, join me in the Patreon Elite.
You can suggest topics. So yes, and again,
maybe I'll think of a topic to suggest
Do
for
it.
your August episode.
Do it,
Yeah.
do it. And what was that? Was that last year? Or the year before we did the worst superhero movie brackets. Lilith was saying maybe we should do the best superhero movie brackets next year.
I love that idea.
Maybe get some topless Justin on there.
I'll join for some of that.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Gotta pay.
Yeah.
See
That's
that?
right. You got to represent properly.
That's right. All right. So yes. So find the Patreon at patreon.com/CapesandLunatics and find everything at tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network.
More vicious and brutal than ever.
All right. Now for this, Justin the Owl, inconspicuous this time. Yes, you can hear him every week right here on Marvel Tales. You can hear him once a week or once a month, and it's going to be more coming up next year on X-Men
Yes.
Classics.
By popular demand.
Oh yeah, wait till you see what we got planned for next year, kids. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hell,
That's amazing.
this year. I mean, I swear I'm a genius. Doomsember is going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot more topical than I thought it's going to be.
Yeah, you didn't even plan that out.
Yes, Marvel Tales, X-Men Classics. You can hear them once a month. Also here with me and Russell on Energon Universe, talking all the new
Yes.
Transformers and G.I. Joe from Image Comics. You can hear him once a month, at least once a month on We Are the Night, the Batman podcast. Talking Azrael. And again, you can hear him every so often on Electric Mullet, the Superman podcast over on Sidekicks also. We're getting ready to talk some Exile here soon.
Yes.
But of course, that's not all he does. So, Mr. Justin, tell them where else they can find you on these fine
You can
products.
find me on these fine shows as well. Gamma Charge, me and Russell talk about the Incredible Hulk and the Sensational She-Hulk every month. We also have a Patreon, so do check that out. Predator and Prey, we are joined by the High Priest of Khonshu himself, Ray, and we are very much excited about the upcoming Black Panther versus Predator coming later this month. And on the Lost Library of Legends, be sure to tune in for my first summer spectacular on the show, where I'm doing a very special 3-part retrospective on a DC title from 2002 called The Power Company.
Oh, going back to the 2000s.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't shock the monkey. I'm going to eat this up with a fork and spoon.
I forgot.
Yeah. Love it.
I don't think so. One way trip to Biscuit Town.
All right. Oh, and speaking of the High Priest himself, yes, Ray Plays Games just uploaded a new episode. I just got a notification.
Oh, yeah.
So
I saw that too.
Ray,
Yeah.
Ray Plays Games, kids, on YouTube. You can watch him play with himself.
Yes.
One-handed, two-handed, yes.
It's always entertaining.
Spider-Man vs. Unsolved Murder. Oh!
Ooh. Oh.
So yes, and also make sure you catch Ray once a month on now on the new show, Capes and Lunatics International.
International.
That's right, kid. International Man of Mystery.
What the F?
That International Man of Mystery.
The Hard Master.
Ray. 00.
The Hard Master.
00 Hardmaster. Yes.
Sex on the mind. Exciting times to be a pimp.
All right. All right, kids. Thank you for joining us. And I don't care what the hell Russell said. Russell says. We're going to do more Atlantis Attacks.
That's right.
Got like 4
We're gonna
more
see it
weeks.
through to the end.
Yeah. We got through the worst part.
That's right.
Smooth sailing from here. Yeah, next. God, New Mutants and X Factor next time, and then Web of Spider-Man and Avengers West Coast 56. Send us your thoughts. Woo! Got through it, kids. All right. Again, until next time, remember.
Gotta give him that hawk.
Atuma.